Hey there friends, this is Justin. We're gonna be doing a spammer weapon gameplay. When I say spammer weapon gameplay, these are the weapons that are commonly used by players to spam in maps. I'll be using the Dead Star as an example since when players actually like using this in bombing styles, it literally devastates the player so fast. And the most famous weapon that is commonly used for spamming is the Storm Hammer, the Trapper, which is actually used in maps like Silent School or any other map that's actually very wide and very good to use at since players will be killed with this like 1 to 2 shots easily. I'll be using the Tactical Bow for my sniper category since this has a accuracy that will not literally spread. Thus, this is also very common to spam in duels. And for the premium, I'll be choosing the Smart Bullet Bazooka. With the homing perk, this could literally follow you around once it's fired. There is a lot of categories I could choose for premium, such as the Kaboom, Toy Bomber, Ghost Lantern, or the Demo Man. The Mines Launcher could be a good category, but we'll start in with the Smart Bullet Bazooka. So guys, let's proceed. I'll be in Heaven Garden, and I'll be using the Dead Star first. Dude, I just started. Of course, we'll be start with bombing techniques, and how to do this is actually like, you aim at the player, then boom. Actually, the player got killed it first. So, let's just try what to use. There's a lot of ways to spam here. And these weapons are really commonly used for spam. And when I say spamming, pretty common. Everyone uses this weapon, and it's pretty dangerous. I didn't have an option for primary since there is no weapon that you could use to spam in primary category, but for backup, it's only the Dead Star itself. Special only has like few weapons to spam. If you check this guy, he's spamming the... actually he's using the Kaboom, which is also an example of the weapon that's also mentioned in this game. Alright, we'll try the Trapper. Oh man. I'm really not good with the Trapper since I don't get to play with this weapon that much in the game commonly, since I'm more on my primary and sniping. Same time I also do special, but not this type of special. I just started, so guys, don't tell me what to do if I get minus 22 in my trophies. Smart Bullet Bazooka, this just follows you around. The Tactical Bow, very good for the aim. You can see you don't need to struggle with accuracy because it's literally a very good weapon. I cannot actually pronounce it well, but sorry. Oh man, got minus 12. I'm sorry guys, but I just definitely got in here. I could actually switch into another weapon later on for this option, but unfortunately, I'll switch later after the first round. This is actually the first round since I just entered initially. You can see the accuracy is not literally spreading. It's like an aimbot. The Tactical Bow is like an exact definition of an aimbot. While the Trapper is actually a very dangerous weapon. Once it hits you, you're dead. So this is why it's very common for spamming. I'll also use the Dead Star in this option. Let's head in. You can see how... The way to use this weapon is actually a bombing type. Which means you gotta be from above and you actually bomb the player with this weapon. Just like what my best friend told me once. He actually owns this weapon, since he's the one who actually had the idea of buying this first before I do. Since I'm not much with all of the weapons yet until I do this mod. You can see I could kill a player with this Dead Star. Let's switch into Trapper. And let's try the Tactical Bow. Of course, spammer weapons can be good, but as long as you don't overuse the weapon. That's actually my point there. The way in using weapons is not literally one-time use. Like, you just stick to that one weapon only, then switch to another. You should actually give other weapons a try, because the moment you give it a try, you'll enjoy it. Smart Bullet Bazooka, you can see what it does, and this is very common now for spamming players. You can see what the bullets do, and it's literally following the player. It's like you just have to stand still, and the bullet itself is gonna do all the work. You can see it's following the player, and I'm not even doing anything. All it does is just, once you fire, it follows the player, and it kills the player so fast. This is why this weapon is very common for spamming. You can already see what it does. See? This is the exact definition of a spamming weapon. You'll just stay in one place and definitely use this weapon. Alright, the tactical bow, on the other hand, it's very special for spamming since it's like an aimbot. You can see the accuracy remains the same. It doesn't spread, it doesn't go big, it's still the good weapon. You can see I could already kill with this weapon like 3 times already, and without missing. You can see, once you aim the bow, or should I say the bow itself, the crosshairs, you can see that you could kill a player instantly. That's how fast it is. And so does the trapper. Once it hits you, you're dead. That's why trappers are much more deadly. So this is why it's very common for spamming battles. I am not actually kidding, it's very common. Compared to other weapons such as the Acid Canyon, actually, no one spams the Acid Canyon that much. But the Trapper, it's quite common, and everybody gets killed with it. Even I get killed with the weapon. The Premium is a good example for spamming, but I'm not gonna name all of those weapons because I'm in the middle of this gameplay. And I'm not here to give you a list of weapons that are considered for spamming, once overused. I'm actually here to show you what are those weapons. Alright, let's try the Stormhammer. The Stormhammer is a good example because this is the only melee weapon that has an area damage effect. Besides the Fire Orb, this weapon has the highest damage. Not to mention 24 efficiency, and plus it puts out lightning. And that lightning kills players fast, like I did there. Alright, I'll be switching into the Kaboom since that weapon is also another example of spamming weapons. In my term, you could use it to spam anytime, anywhere, from small spaces to very wide maps. Because of its contact detonator, once it literally hits you, you're dead. Or once you come near it, you're dead. It explodes. 24 damage. And I'm gonna show you the hammer. That's actually the most common way to spam and at the same time annoy so many players. Right. To take out a Kaboom player, you'll need a Kaboom as well. Like I have here. I just switched to the Kaboom. Unless you're very terrible, you will not have the good time. Alright. I'm not really good with using the Kaboom since actually I do know how to use it, but I'm not used to it. Because I actually like the Solar Power Cannon better. Since it requires skill once on usage. You don't need to use contact detonator. All you have to do is fire 2 shots. It's unlike the Big Buddy. I like the damage that it can do. It's like 1 shot and you're dead. But the disadvantage is the mobility. What I'm after in a weapon is mobility. I want it at least like in 120 or 115, since I want to be fast when I do my game. So this is the reason why I choose a Solar Power Cannon. I wanted to use the Bashan, but I don't like looping shots either, so I wanted a straight shot. Like rockets, similar to rockets. Anyway, we're killing this player with the tactical bow, and this guy I'm gonna kill it with the Kaboom. The way to use a Kaboom is like looping shot and literally shoot all over the place. But you gotta reload, of course. That's the way how to use this premium weapon. I could actually name this as commonly for spamming. That's why when I see a lot of players, they're actually getting pissed because you keep spamming the weapon every time when you're in a match. So it's very disappointing. Everyone actually hears that and says that at the same time. So when you see your chat, you'll be actually seeing players that are raging over the Kaboom itself. Sometimes a toy bomber, but there's a lot of categories, and you might not know which is which, unless you actually tried using those weapons. Believe it or not, I'm not much with area damage, but I only use area damage to take out the players who are spamming. At the same time, I use it to take out mechs. Because mechs are the hardest players, are actually the hardest things to take out. Unless you got the solar power cannon or anti-hero rifle. Because those weapons can be very useful to take them out. Like either 1 or 2 shots, they're dead. I actually killed a player with the Dead Star and Kaboom using both of it together. I'm gonna kill this player with the Charge Cannon, or the Charge Rifle. It's actually a good weapon, but it won't last the Trapper. Trappers are more devastating, actually more dangerous to face along this battle. That's why it's considered common for spamming in the special category. No, I'm not actually saying what you should choose, but I'm giving you the opinions here. It's actually my thoughts on using this weapon. Even though I'm terrible with the gameplay itself, that doesn't mean I actually just stop and I'll actually make another way through. I actually redeem myself. I think the players just left. As you can see, it's very quiet. Actually, it's just one player itself that left. But I'm not going for that. There's that one player. I'll kill him with my Dead Star. There we go. I showed you an example of using the Dead Star, but I didn't actually do the bombing technique. My friend always tells me, if I'm gonna use the Dead Star, actually bomb from above, like you're gonna be shooting it from your top. I'm sorry, but it's like you're jumping from above and you're shooting him from the head, and that means it's like double the damage. And when you say double the damage, instead of like 1, it takes out 2 lives. So that's how it's working out. Anyway, I'm gonna use the tactical bow. I do like this weapon, but not overusing it. Overusing isn't my part of life in gaming. Because if I overuse a weapon, that's messed up. The Secret Forces rifle could be overused since it's not considered spamming. It requires enough skill to operate that weapon. Not to mention the accuracy actually going a bit wide, but it's actually pretty dangerous once you actually become a wielder with that weapon. You become very dangerous. Because everyone will be just running away from you once you own that weapon. Well, not really, unless they have the same weapon. Right, I'm going to take out the mech with the Trapper. I'm going to be using the Kaboom. I actually missed out, so let's try. I just killed a player though. This is why we don't. The guy complained hacker. How can we become hackers? Alright, I should talk some sense into him. See? I just actually replied to him because he's actually complaining about aimbots. But technically, the tactical bow is actually an aimbot, but Really Soft is the one that's responsible for making this weapon like an aimbot. You could see accuracy is pretty good. You could kill a player. I'm sorry if I replied to you, bro, but honestly, don't compare hackers and modders. There's a big difference. When you say hacker, we hack the game. But when you say mod, we just hack the weapons and at the same time get them instead of like buying them with real money because we can't afford. We're not that rich, bro. So we have some excuses to say and compare what's the difference of hack and mod. If I actually hacked the game, then I would have taken down the server so quick and you wouldn't even know where I came from. That's what a hack does. But in a mod, we just actually grab the weapons and we're good to go. That's all I need. All I need is the weapons. I don't even need to hack for gems or coins or mod for it. I just needed weapons. I actually grabbed an iCloud for it. Alright, now he's pissed. Definitely pissed. When a player cannot beat another player, they actually react hacker. But we ain't hacking. We're just modding the game. We never hack our gameplay. If you watch our videos, you would see which is the difference. I got a turret. I'm gonna be using the Kaboom. Oh man. I thought it was my enemy. I mistaken that. Anyway guys, we'll just continue out and I'll shoot this one player with my Kaboom. There we go. We knock him out. Oh, let's not forget the hammer. The hammer is what I didn't get to use. Where are you, bro? Gotcha. Haha. I just jumped out there just to get him, which escalated quick. Hey, bro. Alright. Some players will actually say hacking and modding is the same, but if you want to know the difference, well, try searching that up on Google. You might get some information, bro. Because if you're gonna call us hackers for modding the game for guns, well, that's actually a big difference. We ain't rich, we're just poor, and we don't have another way. Instead of hacking, we just actually ask for a mod. We ask for a mod for weapons. That's why we get the weapons here. Alright, I killed that player with the hammer. Let's now use the trapper once again. Alright, I want to show you more spamming weapons, but this is all the weapons I could just show you because premium is number 1 for the spamming weapons here in this category. I would go with premium, but not most of the time. Everyone's using premium. Some of them are using sniper, backup, primary, whatever. Alright, I'm on my neck and got the player. Where's that player? Gotcha, bro. Gotcha, bro. I'm gonna hit him with a trap. Actually get them accurate. Alright, guys. The Ghost Lantern is also considered a spamming weapon once it's overused. For the next 10 minutes. I'm not saying that it's actually a bad weapon, it's actually a good weapon. It's just you need to know what to use it, it's just how you use it. You don't actually just use one weapon, switch to something else. That's actually a good idea. Like me, when I kill someone with the kaboom, I switch to trapper. And after that, I switch to tactical, which is actually my strategy. Switch to different weapons. Switching means it's like, you know what to choose and what to use, and it's like, once you killed one player with that weapon, go for another weapon. It's like, you're showing them different categories of weapons. Kaboom. Now I'm gonna kill this player with a tactical bow. Ain't the most accurate player, but you see, alright. I'm gonna show you the hammer. I'm gonna kill a player with the hammer. Actually try killing a player with the hammer, but it's actually not a good idea. Gotcha, one headshot, and then switch to kaboom, switch to trapper, switch to hammer. Actually switch, you can see me switch. So switching means you're not spamming. You're still using different weapons. After that, it's the Dead Star's turn. You can see my inner strategy in playing the game. Now unfortunately my hand is getting sweatier. Now that's what you call using the correct weapon. It's like you make a strategy out of it. Instead of staying to one, use another. And another, and another. I got a monster kill. You gotta stay away from the Ghost Lanterns here, because the Ghost Lanterns literally destroy you fast. Alright, see? I didn't use the Ghost Lantern since it's already obvious. Everyone else will use it. The Kaboom, it's a good example. Contact detonation allows in faster damage. You don't even need to just throw, like, it's just simple. You got killed. Now anyway guys, now you get what's the weapons that are commonly used for spamming, and what I showed you there are common examples. Not to mention, if you want to use spamming weapons, well, use them properly, bro, because some players are trying to get a good gameplay and they want to enjoy. And I hope you guys just don't roll with that. So, guys, I'll see you all later. JD out.